happened to you in the cult that you feel people need to know?
So what happened to me was, I'll just get right into it. I got called up to Nityananda's room, and it was just me and him and one other person, but that person left. And that person was actually by himself with Nityananda too, because I had to go. He told me to go get something, some Oshida, some powder that he made, and I came back, and I was probably gone for like 20 minutes.
Been gone for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case I can jump off.
So I don't know what happened with them two, but I'm sure the same thing, if not more, happened. The same thing would happen with me. So then he leaves, and I'm just there with him, and I'm on his bed. And actually, what happened to me, I was also in the room with the other person, and started off pressing his feet, pressing his hands, and then gradually worked all the way up to a full body massage, with oil, massage oil and everything. And he's being very lovey-dovey and saying like how much we're integrated and how much we're devoted and how much we are in love with him and how much he's in love with us and soulmate, you're my life partner or something like that. Just, he used to always say that, like, you are my soulmate, you are my beloved. That's what he was saying. And like really coming on in like a flirty manner. And he called me up because I was a part of a character assassinating attempt on Jedial. Was my dear friend. I tried reaching out to him many times, and he is still very paranoid and afraid that the cult is going to lash attacks on him, black magic or physical. So he's like steered completely away. But I had the privilege of talking to him when I first got back in May. And he told, like, it was on video chat. He told me everything, like what happened. I mean, he got framed for trying to rape my yoga swami, which is complete false. And I talked with a few devotees who were very close with me at the time when I was there, and they know it's complete false.
Wow.
And I was a part of, the story, and I had to post on Facebook completely like bashing him so bad. Which now I regret doing that. And so I got praised for it by Nityananda, by which what I was doing with him was sexual acts with him. And I was on his bed. He worked me up. It happened super gradual, but it led to me masturbating him. It led to me doing that, and it was going on, and he put my hand there pretty much. Like, I didn't want to do it. I felt very uncomfortable doing it, and I was even uncomfortable with me being asked or demanded to get on his bed. Like, it was like 5 years in, so much of indoctrination, so much of like conditioning done by the guru. And first of all, I saw him as a god, like entirely just an avatar of Shiva, like worshiping him every day. I saw him as a god, and like, the guru vak, the instructions from the guru, you must say yes. If you don't say yes, then you're being punished. Then like you miss out on the blessing, and you disconnect yourself from the guru, which the guru will grant you enlightenment. So if you say no, you're doing yourself and you're doing the guru and the world, humanity, a disservice. So saying no to the guru, I always said yes. The sexual trauma of like having to do all this stuff with him, and I said no. I said no on going to a certain extent. He wanted me, to give him a blowjob.
Months later, he finally agrees to get busy and unveils this tiny mess of a thing that wouldn't even reach your molars.
Drink his cum. He wanted me to eat his cum, and like I straight up just said no. Like, I was
Yeah. And I think it's fascinating. I know in my case personally, he wanted me to have a threesome with him and another woman. And so he told me
Wow.
I had to awaken my bisexual, higher capacity so that I would get past my disgust at the thought of being with another female because I'm straight. And I was in denial, thinking, geez, why did society make me think I'm straight when my guru says that I'm bisexual? And in your experience, Jordan, and in the case of other males who were abused, it's clear why he wanted you to think you're bisexual.
Yeah.
But
And
it's good that you didn't go as far as he wanted you to.
yeah, I'm so glad I didn't, or else the healing process would have been a lot more longer, and it would have been more tough. But I mean, he clearly had an erection. Like, I felt it. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I clearly saw, and I felt it, and that whole talk about he's incapable of any sexual action is just complete bullshit.
Even after I had felt his erection, because he'd also forced me to give him a hand job on
talking to nobody.
No,
fuck that. You go fucking jerk him off. I don't care.
On 2 separate occasions. Once during a Mahunt meeting in front of about 30 people who didn't know what was happening because it was under his copy. I mean, he was very pushy to get what he wanted.
No one could see. I mean, the stroke wouldn't.
Every single fucking time.
We'll
You know
talk
you
to
do this
Travis.
every single fucking
We'll
time.
talk to Travis.
I'm not fucking talking to nobody.
No,
fuck
because
that.
you
You go
fucking-
fucking jerk him off. I don't care. I really could care less. It's you
be that
every
long,
single time.
So.
No, exactly. I'm glad we can laugh about that now.
And I assumed it was because he thought I was so special and amazing and worth waiting for. He was hiding something! Months later, he finally agrees to get busy and unveils this tiny mess of a thing that wouldn't even reach your molars.
I remember shocked actually the first time I felt his erection, because I mean this I don't mean to body shame anybody, but I assumed if an avatar took human form and
Sweetie, what is it? Nothing. Hey, what's going on? Why are you crying? James has a small dick. Oh, well, it's not the end of the world. It's really small. How small? Too small. Well, size isn't everything. 3 inches. Well, hard. Is he a good kisser? Oh, who the fuck cares? His dick is like a gherkin. I feel so terrible. Listen to me. I'm a bad person. Don't beat yourself up. You had certain expectations and you're disappointed. Why? Why does he have to have a small dick? I really like him. I thought you loved him. Well. Oh, look, we've all been there. That's for sure. I was once with a guy the size of one of those little miniature golf pencils. Couldn't tell if he was trying to fuck me or erase me. I'm sorry. It's funny. Let's not lose perspective. There are ways to work around it. I don't want to work around it. I love a big dick. I love it inside of me. I love looking at it. I love everything about it. When I blow him, it's like nothing. Nothing. Can you talk to him about it? No.
Sadashiva and wanted to be sexually active.
Wait a minute. Is this some sort of Princess and the Frog test? Did a witch curse you a long time ago as punishment for calling her ugly? And now, if I put that in my mouth to prove that I love you, as a reward for my love, will it expand? Like one of those magic towels you pour water on?
with devotees, claiming it's to enlighten them. I think it was because he's afraid that she wouldn't feel satisfied with his lack of size.
James has a small dick.
Oh, well, it's not the end of the world.
It's really small.
How small?
Too small.
Well, size isn't everything.
3 inches.
Well,
Hard.
ooh. Is he a good kisser?
Oh, who the fuck cares? His dick is like a gherkin. I feel so terrible. Listen to me. I'm a bad person.
Don't beat yourself up. You had certain expectations and you're disappointed.
Why? Why does he have to have a small dick? I really like him.
It's like he has what scientists would call a micropenis.
I had ever seen an actual micropenis. And my honest first reaction when I saw it was, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? Did you just get hit by a bus? Did a car outside just like sideswipe your dick off and now is your dick rolling around on the street like a severed snake head? And should we get a mason jar to scoop it up and bring you both to the hospital to have you sewn back together?
And if anybody ever questions our story, I think that should be on record, that my report to the police about his sexual misconduct and his sexual abuse of me, in my report I mentioned that it's like maybe less than 1.5 inches fully erect.
Yeah, bitch, I got a micro penis. Dick so small, look like it came from a fetus. Wait, if you don't believe it, I'll put on my pants and I'll let you fucking see it. Wait, no you can't. If you wanna see, you need a magnifying glass. Put it to a ruler, only reach the first stash. Every time I pull up, everybody start to laugh at my dick. Bitch is smaller than a motherfucking twig. Hasn't grown a bit since I was a kid. Yeah, my dick is only 1 inch, 1 inch. Hey, I got a millimeter Peter. Hey, I jack off with my finger. Hey, bitch, I got a tiny wiener. Hey, tiny wiener. Hey, bitch, I got a micro penis. Dick so small, look like it came from a fetus. Wait, if you don't believe it, I'll put on my pants and I'll let you fucking see it.
Not because I think people should make fun of that, because I know it's a medical condition and there's other guys out there suffering from it, and that's too bad, but that his size was minuscule. So there's no way we could just make this up as a wild guess, because if we guessed that he had a micro penis.
Too small.
Well, size isn't everything.
3 inches.
Well,
Hard.
ooh. Is he a good kisser?
Oh, who the fuck cares? His dick is like a gherkin. I feel so terrible. Listen to me. I'm a bad person.
Don't beat yourself up. You had certain expectations and you're disappointed.
Why? Why does he have to have a small dick? I really like him.
I thought
The odds would be stacked against us, and we would likely be wrong. What's interesting is the Nityanon Twitter account has also posted about this and made a fascinating comparison that Adolf Hitler also had a micropenis.
No way.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe there's something about the male ego.
Resistance, and he's taking it out on the world.
Yeah. Well, trying to assert power and control and domination because of a feeling of sexual inadequacy, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just really sorry, Jordan, that happened to you. There were only 4 of us in the room. He sent Ranjita. In my experience, anytime Nityananda tried to coerce me into sexual acts, or anytime he was sexual with other girls, he would always send Ranjita away. He'd say, Akka, go get my coffee. And then he'd take our hand and put it on his dick. or he would do something like that. So he sent Ranjita, who he called Akka, out of the room. And then he started kissing first Atmaswamy. I was pressing one of his feet. Atmaswamy was pressing the other foot. Ma Pranapriya was pressing his hands. He called Atmaswamy to come to him, and he started kissing her. And I was still pressing his foot and kind of like looking and wondering if I could trust my eyes. Like, am I really seeing this? And then he kind of pushed Atmaswamy away with one hand and pulled Ma Pranapriya in, and then he started kissing her too while still stroking Atmaswamy's head. So they were like starting what looked like some kind of a threesome. And
you know,
I'm sure he would have pulled me in and started the same thing with me, except Ranjita came back with his coffee.
He's not smart because, I mean, think about the risk of STDs.
Right? Right? I mean, ugh.
And knowing how like karma works and like how energy works, it's like,
if he had done everything right, we'd still be there. I would
for sure still be there.
I'd be in coffee right now. We probably wouldn't be talking to each other because males and females weren't supposed to. Like,
no, I think that's a part of what is wrong, to be honest, because I mean, if we're made in God's image, and you know, I think that's a cult tactic to shut down.
Of course it was.
Not able to talk.
Yeah.
And like sex is natural. And I think if it's done in a very conscious way, it's great. And like,
yeah, absolutely.
To be stripped of our natural human elements